Hello, everyone. This is So Sunday Reloaded this Tuesday evening with myself and Allison. And I'm waiting for Allison to receive her invite so we can go ahead and get started. So, if you happen to catch this on the replay, just be sure to comment your name and where you're watching from so we can thank you for tuning in. But while I am waiting for Allison to receive her invite for this evening's episode of Soul Sunday Reloaded, we will be answering questions. If you all have seen us before in the past, you know that recently we've actually started doing questions at the end of each episode. Well, I know it's been a long time since Allison and I have really talked about ourselves and kind of, gave y'all a little bit of the tea on what we are about and who we are. Oh, there she is. Allison, let me know if you get your invite. Hey everybody, and thank you for watching. But pretty much y'all are going to be able to get all up in our business with these questions because we're going to spend the next hour answering these questions. And the questions can be about relationships, the questions can be about sex, the questions can be about personal things, it can be professional, intellectual. It will be a variety of different questions that we will be answering. Now, with these questions, the questions are coming from I did a speaking engagement last year, and at one of the events for this particular event, there was a young lady there that was, her business is to sell these cards. And yeah, it's been a while. You see the box is kind of beat up. But the name of this deck of cards is called Sip and Share, a fun way to be nosy. So pretty much this is going to be a fun way to be nosy. Allison, you know Facebook be tripping, so that's probably why you haven't received your invite yet. But, and it's not letting me turn on where I can send you. Facebook be tripping big time. There it is. Now I should be able to send it. So we can, while it's bringing Allison on, I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, and I am the author of the Goddess Grind book series, which is on you becoming the best version of you personally and professionally in order to manifest success. I'm a speaker, chakra expert, author, radio personality, overall wonderful individual. That's just me. And we have Allison here. Allison, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick so
I,
you know we can.
I love your introductions. Peace and blessings, everybody. I am Miss Allison Denise, relationship expert, and today I am a truth teller. I'm nervous, but welcome.
So, like I said, I was speaking at this event and I purchased this box of cards. It's called Sip and Share. If you want to purchase the cards, you can go to www.iamsuccessfullyme.com. But in this box, it contained a set of cards. Let me get the cards. It contains a set of cards. For each card has a question. There are some cards in here that says to create your own question. But pretty much, like I said, Sip and Share is a fun way to be nosy. Now, I did go through and pick out a bunch of cards with questions on them. Oh, wait, can y'all see that? Oh, a bunch of cards with different questions on them. And pretty much what Allison and I will be doing is I'm going to go through some of the cards and I'm just going to read the question twice, and then I'm going to give my answer, and then Allison is going to give her answer. Um, we're going to try and be as truthful as possible. um, it's good to have some level of transparency. So we're going to share as much information as we feel comfortable sharing. I'm going to put it like that. We can't give y'all all our business, but we're going to be as open and honest as possible with you all. So we're actually going to go ahead and get started. And, we'll start with something fairly easy. It gets interesting. It will get interesting. Trust me. So the first question is, if your fiance or spouse became paralyzed from the neck down, would you still marry him or her? Guys, you can play along too. You can share your answers in the comments. We appreciate engagement. But I'm gonna read the question again. If your fiance or spouse became paralyzed from the neck down, would you still marry him or her? Me, yes, I will still marry him. Um, Anybody that I've ever dated, I've told them I am I'm not attracted to people that are way bigger than me. I'll put it like that. But if we together and you start off at one weight and you decide you want to get fat, I'm leaving. That's completely different because you knew from the beginning I was not attracted to fat. It's a preference of mine and I have that choice. Just I know I'm a little girl. I know everybody ain't attracted to me and that's cool. It's a preference. I have my preference. You can get fat if you want to. You're gonna be by yourself because you're not gonna be with me no more. We can go work out together. And I tell you this from jump. So it's not like it's something that that I did not warn you about. Ask my ex. Ask him because I told him. But in this case, if we were already together and they became paralyzed, that is completely different. That's a completely different situation. Yes, I would still be there. Allison.
Oh boy, that's how this hour is gonna go, huh? Okay, so I big boys are winning over here. Team big boy. Now you can be tall and thin, whatever, but please, big boys. Right here. Let me keep going. So to answer the actual question, yes, I would say if we've gotten to the point that we're engaged, we've already reached a level of maturity where we know that what we have is significant and lasting. So it would be very disappointing. I would be very sad, but I'm not going nowhere.
Right. We will work
We
through
would work
that.
through it. Yep.
Like I said, that's different from if I tell you at before we even get in a relationship. Look, if you decide to do this, it's like I said, gain some weight if you want to. Oh, okay. Next question. And thank you everybody for tuning in. This is Soul Sunday Reloaded with Ruby and Allison. And this particular episode is our truth episode. So pretty much we're just gonna be answering questions so y'all can get some insight on who me and Allison is. And this is about to get interesting like right
Yes.
now. Tate said I had to tell an ex, you are one muffin away from me quitting you. Tate
I
said,
can't
dumb.
take. I can't.
Yeah. Thank you all. Hey Cynthia. Hey Kaya. Hey Sabrina.
What's up, y'all?
Next question. Would you or have you ever had a threesome? Me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. I'm going to put it like that. Technically, no, but me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's my answer. Take it how you want to. Allison, would you or have you ever had a threesome?
No and hell no. I don't share. I don't share. I only need one penis at a time, and the only breasts I want in the bed are the one attached to my body. I'm good. Okay.
And look, it ain't quite it ain't quite the same way when it's two men and a woman. That's more like a train.
I'm good. One at a time.
Y'all, disclaimer, me and Allison, for real, we good
We
people,
are.
but we like to have fun too.
Absolutely.
So, this is our opportunity to have fun. So please take it with a grain of salt. Don't hold it against us. We just being fun. We just having fun at this particular moment. So if this your first time watching Soul Sunday Reloaded, this is not what we discuss every week. But this is us just doing something a little different. I'm gonna put that
Right.
disclaimer out there. Definitely go back and watch some other episodes. Do not form an opinion just on this one
Please,
episode. I'm just
please
saying.
don't.
So, pretty much what we're doing for everybody that's just tuning in, Allison and I have decided, like I told her for the last few episodes, at the end of each show, we've been basically taking a question from this sip and share game and answering it. So, we just decided to take quite a few questions and answer the questions. They have to do with very personal issues, professional issues, relationship stuff. So, Um, Tate says mentally I have, but physically heck no. And Michael says never, can barely handle
I know
one.
that's right. You better tell the
Thank you all for tuning in and making this extra
extra,
interesting.
yes.
Okay, we'll go with this next question. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Mm.
What's the best piece of advice you've received? Um, hmm. Well, honestly, I get all my advice from myself. No, I talk to other people. I got Allison. Allison has shared some very valuable information with
Oh,
me. And I will say, one time her and I were having a conversation, and yeah, the conversation was about men, and she was basically saying if you really want, to have a relationship, be intentional about it. And even though it's not like the typical advice that most people may think about, but I was just like, yeah, that is something that I really need to do if I really want to be in a relationship, is to be intentional.
mm-hmm.
So I'll go with that. That's my answer.
Oh,
Final answer.
I feel special. Uh, let me see. You know what? At this stage in my life, I think I'm just, and not just because Ruby brought me up, but I think I'm gonna use the advice that she gave me. And it's really simple. We hear it everywhere, but it was something about the way she said it that
Mm.
has made it stick. And it was her telling me since February of this year to trust the process. So I will give that to her because you hear that everywhere, you see it everywhere. It's in memes, it's in several, but it was something about the way that Ruby said it that really stuck. And I have held on to it when I have those moments that I don't put on social media. I have held on to that. So that's what I'll go with today.
Okay, so hey Natalie, hey Rashid, hey Robin. We have some people chiming in. Michael says his best piece of advice was to stay true to yourself.
Yes.
Tate said, "Don't look for your confirmation from man."
Okay.
Excellent pieces of
Yes.
advice. And Natasha says, "Yes, trust the process. Take those lessons. Go Ruby." Yes, ma'am. I be trusting the process too. But basically, what Allison and I are doing on this episode of Soul Sunday Reloaded is we're just being open and honest with with these questions. This game is called Sip and Share. If you are interested in purchasing this game, you can go to www.iamsuccessfullyme.com, and there's like a whole deck of cards and questions in here, and you even have the option of making up your own question. So I would, I've played the game several times at different family functions, and it's been very interesting. Hey Kima, how old were you when you started graying? I have a patch and I love it. Yeah, I love my patches. Well, this is my gray up in here, and then I have a bunch throughout, but then I just decided to, chemically dye the rest of it gray to match. So yeah, some of it's mine and most of it's chemical. Next question. We'll go with this one. What do you want to make sure you do before you die?
Mm.
What do you want to make sure you do before you die? The one thing I want to make sure that I do just continue to live life peaceful and happy. That's it. And travel a lot. Travel a lot and go on a bunch of vacations. A bunch of vacations. But yeah, just continue to live peacefully and happily. Allison?
I want to make sure I've taught my son how to live without me. That's what I want to do. I want to make
Interesting.
sure I taught my son how to live without me because I've seen a lot, specifically, I've seen a lot of brothers who lose their moms and life ends. And I know they love them, I know
Yeah,
they grieve for them, but I don't ever want my son's life to stop because I'm not here. So I think that's what I want. If
right.
I don't do anything else, I think that's what I
Good
want to do.
answer. Thank you. And Latasha says, get close with my mother.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I completely agree. Hmm. Ooh, next
Oh boy.
question.
Why did you laugh?
Tate says, I want to make sure I chill and not have to do that typical work till 65 and retire trap.
Yes.
Yeah, that part.
Yes.
How do you feel about anal sex? How do you feel about anal sex? Don't let the kids watch this. This grown folk stuff.
Please. Oh my God.
Um, says I want to unite as many of my people across the world, also travel and raise my girls to be strong black
Yes.
women. Yes,
Love it.
ma'am. How do you feel about anal sex? I'm with Latasha. I don't feel any way about anal sex because it's no, I'm not no, it's so many other things that we can do besides that. No, I do not do anal.
Oh my God. Um,
No.
oh God.
Don't even ask, don't even imply. You
Oh,
know what? I'm gonna be. I know this a little bit TM. It's gonna be a little TMI.
oh, I can feel me blushing. Oh God. Okay.
A little TMI. Kima says it hurt.
Oh.
Tate says I wouldn't know. Next question. You know, I wouldn't take the typical, but you know, I have done some other stuff. I put it like that. I've done some other stuff. Allison, stop blushing and
I'm
answer the question.
trying. Oh my God. Oh,
Really,
I
Allison?
know.
Allison, y'all screenshot that she is so red right now,
Oh
y'all. Do y'all see
my
this?
God. Oh, okay.
Michael says it's an exit tunnel, not an entrance. There you
That
go.
part. Okay. I'm a little woman. I'm 5 feet tall. Most dudes I date are nowhere near that. It's not happening. It's just not. It's not. No.
I don't care how much lubrication, how much oil. No, ain't no mental preparation for that. No,
Two of my three
y'all.
holes are always available. That ain't one of them. No.
Hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to Soul Sunday Reloaded with Ruby and Allison. And we are basically we not sipping, but we sharing though. Cause I drank all my water. But we sharing. And the last question that we just answered is how do we feel about anal sex? Thank you all for feeling comfortable enough to chime in.
Yes.
Thank you to those that are watching that do not wish to chime in, but are finding this
Right.
entertaining. We appreciate that as
Yes.
well. It's all about having fun. Like I said, do not judge Soul Sunday off of this one
Oh.
Facebook Live. And Allison have decided to do something
That's
different.
it.
Tate says, I believe bedroom activity should stay there between those two people. Yes.
Absolutely.
Ema says, don't judge 20 years ago slip ups.
Okay,
Exactly. It was like,
now
hey, I was young
if that
then.
counts, then yeah, that's happened a couple times. But I was real quick to say, oh no, that ain't it.
You be like, wait, and you be like, hold on, wait,
Mm-mm.
let me just shift a little bit. Let me just slightly
Oh yeah,
shift, cause
yeah.
okay,
If that counts,
okay, we
yeah, if that
good.
counts, then yeah, that's happened a few times.
Look, wait a minute, and then you make that face, Allison. You don't say nothing, but
No, I speak up. There ain't enough for me to not speak up. I'm like, no, you're not about to. No, this is not going to turn into no emergency room visit. No, stop.
okay, okay. We'll go with this question
Okay.
next. Should you wait for marriage to have a baby? I ain't having no babies. No, I don't. I'm spiritual, not religious. You don't have to wait to marriage to have a child. You have to wait until you're ready and you're prepared. I would say that. But everybody doesn't want to get married, so that doesn't mean they don't want to have kids. So that's my answer. Should you wait for marriage to have a baby?
So I am also spiritual and not religious. And what I'll say is, I don't believe, excuse me, I don't believe you need to wait until you're married to have children. I do think it is best to wait until you are sure that you are with a partner you want to reproduce with, who is going to stick around and who is showing you that their character
Mhm.
says, I'm going to be a mother or father, whether we're together or not. And the reason that I want to be
Right.
specific in that is because there are people who did wait until they got married, but they still married somebody they shouldn't have reproduced with. So,
Mm,
having said that, make sure I say wait until you know you're with someone that you want to deal with for the next 18 years if it goes south.
right. Be prepared. Don't be out here having no kids and you're not mentally, emotionally, financially, physically,
All that.
and all of that. Um, Tate said, "This is hilarious." Kima said, "Right." I was like, "Ouch!" That was in reference to the last question. Latasha says you need to wait for commitment so the child won't be fatherless or motherless, because you know that happens too. Kima says I have four and I'm still not ready, and she's married. Say that is definitely a choice. I didn't want to be a baby daddy, so for me, yes, he wanted to wait until he was married. Okay, so again, thank you everybody for tuning in to Soul Sunday Reloaded. We thank you all for engaging and answering the questions as well.
Yes.
Okay, so let me see. Oh, we'll go with this one. Okay. If you could have sex with one celebrity, who would you choose? Ooh.
Mm.
If you could have sex with one celebrity, who would you choose? Who would I choose? Now, I done had dreams about a few people. Um, but it's not, honestly, for me, it's not just one person that I'm just like, oh, that's baby daddy, or oh, that's future husband. No, I mean, I will say this. I had a dream and this was years ago. I had a dream that I was intimate with Nelly, and I had a dream that I was intimate with 50 Cent. Why? I don't know. But this was like years ago, some years ago when I was younger. But like I said, right now there's not any one celebrity that I'm just like, oh yeah, no. But I don't watch Power. I just know his name is Ghost. That he's quite an attractive man. I will say that. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh, this is rough.
I
Okay.
should each his elbow. But don't tell her husband though. Kima says Eldebar. Michael says Holly
Mm.
Berry.
Okay. All right.
So
So
Tate, get
okay,
off this Facebook
Tate.
Live right now.
No celebrity that I
I
have.
need you,
Really, Tate? Really, Tate? Oh my
Allison.
God. Uh, okay. So
Your answer.
the two that I would want to say are both alive and married. So out of respect, I will not. Uh, oh, I can say that one though. I was gonna say Prince or Tupac. I mean, but they could have had anybody. But you know what? David Banner, God box David Banner, God box David
He
Banner
has,
could get it. Yes.
later, like
Yes.
now, yeah, now where he is, I looked at him
Ooh,
like,
with the gray and the beard and the
know, I have
consciousness.
this thing for gray hair on men that look
And
young. Not gray hair on old men, but gray hair on men that
man,
look
I love
young.
me some gray and a beard. Oh my goodness. Yeah, David Banner could get it. Absolutely.
Shawnee said Aquaman. Kima says, okay, she graduated with Nelly in 93, but she was like, he was a bad boy in high school. She should have gave it up.
Oh my God.
Girl,
That is too funny.
like I said, I don't have one now, but I did have a dream about those two. I don't know why, but here's another. Oh, next question. Thank you all for tuning in to Soul Sunday Reloaded, and this is a fun episode. We not being
Nope.
serious. I'm not even what Tate just wrote. I'm just gonna look over that. Next question. Does cheating automatically equal divorce? Um, for me, um, I'm not gonna say it automatically equals divorce. It really comes down to the person, the reason why, and whether or not I contributed to that in some way. Not to say that I'm the reason for it, but we know sometimes in relationships we do things that we have to be held accountable for, such as neglect, such as holding it back, or a number of different things that we can do that can contribute to our partners wanting to step outside of the relationship or outside of the marriage or whatever the case is. So it would depend on whether or not I had something to do to that to contribute to it, especially if it was something that came to me and said, hey, this is an issue and we need to work on it. And I completely ignore it as if it's, not important to me. In that case, I would have to, no, it's not, hey, I can't do this. It's a divorce. But on the other hand, if we all good and you letting me leading me to feel like we all good and there's not any issues, and every time I ask you, hey, do we need to talk about anything, is there anything wrong, or if I'm actively working to make this relationship work and I haven't contributed or given you a reason to just out there like that, then yeah, you know what, you at that particular point you taking me for granted, you don't realize what my worth is, and I know mine, so I'm not staying here.
Hmm.
So that's me.
So, to piggyback off what Ruby said, I would also want to find out if there were any circumstances. And the very first thing I thought about when Ruby brought the question up was Iyanla Van Zant. There's a video where she's talking about her last marriage ending and how he actually ended up leaving her for one of her good friends. And so when she
Mhm.
brought it up, of course, everybody's just like, oh, that bastard. But she owned up and she said, she was out here living her dream. She was out here helping other people with their lives and helping other people with their relationships and traveling all over the world. And he
Mhm.
was lonely. And he told her he was lonely. And he told her that he wanted more time. But she was on the high of her dream and didn't balance things out. So
Mhm.
if we are at a point where you can bring up something and I have to acknowledge to myself that I ignored it or downplayed it or didn't make it as big of a deal, as you tried to tell me it was, then I'm
Mhm.
gonna be pissed, but I'm gonna be pissed with me too. And yeah, I'm gonna probably try to work it out because sometimes cheating can be that wake up call that y'all need to seriously get some things back on track. Having said that,
Mhm.
like Ruby said, if I know I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do and you just decide to be selfish, I'm out. Now, if I do stay,
Right.
I'm still gonna be pissed because now I got to go 6 months with no sex because I didn't get married to have no condom in sex at all. Now you got to take STD tests and now you got to swab and now I can't get none. So I'm gonna be pissed for a minute, but that's just me.
Latasha says yes. Shani said no. Tate says yes. Now Latasha did say, but we'll work it out for the children because they don't have nothing to do with a personal relationship with her husband. If cheating is happening, there's a disconnect. Stay connected. True. Kima says just kidding. It did change, and then ended up in divorce. He was the cheater and begged her to come back. Like, wait a minute, hold on, beg me. I was like, not until I get a chance to cheat.
Oh my
she was she was like, wait a minute. Tate told her he can't handle the payback,
God. Oh boy.
and Kima said, right, he went nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kima, for being so open
Okay.
with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Now, for everybody just tuning in to Soul Sunday Reloaded, I'm going to go ahead and give you this disclaimer. This is not the normal Facebook Live that we do. This is a little more fun, a little more informative, and don't let the babies listen
At all.
in because they don't need to hear everything. Allison's still quite red from a few questions ago.
Oh.
And if y'all missed the question, y'all just have to catch it on the replay. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gotta catch that question on the replay because Honey Child was, oh, she was blushing hard. She was blushing
I
hard.
know. I know.
Next question. Open relationships, yes or
No.
no? No. I don't like to share.
At all.
I do not like to
I
share
ain't
at
sharing.
all.
I ain't doing it. Nope.
Say something you think. Now I can't do open relationships. Now, if somebody wants to openly financially contribute to the relationship with getting nothing in return other than a thank you, that's completely different.
I don't want your money either. I ain't sharing. I ain't sharing. I ain't doing it.
Open relationships, yes or no? We both said no. 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 What do you say? Allison should be read from her last
Whatever,
answer.
Tate. Don't worry about that.
Next question. Would you feel secure with your man if you made more money than him?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing wrong with making more money than your man.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Because it ain't always about the money. It's not always about the
It's
money.
not. You get the right thing and
Thank you.
thing together, the money coming anyway. It don't matter whose name is on the check. I
Exactly.
don't care about that. Mm-mm.
Hey, wait, let me say hey. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Queen Corey. Hello, David. Thank you all for tuning in. Latasha says, yes, what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Tate says, one way open. Next question. Allison,
Uh,
okay, you send my back to your regular
oh
code.
Lord.
Sex on the first date, yes or no? Yeah, I would do sex on the first date, but let me just do this. Let me just say this. Just because we go, just because we have sex on the first date that does not mean that's our first time ever ever talking or ever meeting. We could be, 6 months down the line talking and getting to know each other, and then it's like, hey, let's go hang out. Let's go on a date. Okay. And if it's already a connection there that's been there for a long time, And it's been a minute. Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
But knowing me and the type of person I am, I don't be just like talking to no old people I ain't attracted to pretty much in the first place. So if we already talking and we even got that far in talking, there is a level of attraction there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh
me.
boy. Uh, oh my goodness. No, I'm not because I'm picky. I'm really,
Mhm.
really, really picky. Now, if you're, I'm not gonna get in all that. I'm really, really picky. I'm really picky, and I call it a time factor. I have a time factor
Mhm.
that I have to experience before I even decide if that will even be a possibility for the gentleman. And time stands for top of me in reference to being on top of me. I have to literally visualize you on top of me and how I'm gonna feel about that. And if I can't see it here, it ain't happening.
It definitely ain't happen. And Allison, I completely feel you on that. That's why I say if I'm talking to you in the first place and we've been talking that
Yeah.
long,
I'm with you.
trust me, I at that particular point, I'll probably imagine you.
I just gotta know. I'm like, can I? And there's been several men. I'm just like, ooh, thank you for the date, but no, mm-mm, never, just never, never.
Latasha, yes, Latasha, correct. I am a Scorpio. Meet me in the trash.
Whatever, Tate.
Now, don't be blowing up my inbox. I'm just saying, don't be like, as long as I can get 6 months. If she talked to me for 6 months straight, I'm good. No, that is not what that
It does
means. So no.
no. And Tate,
Tate said she really picky and he got to be
I
fat.
never said fat. Let me clarify that right now. I love
Big
track
boy.
builds. But I don't mind a little extra meat. I like the track body. I prefer the track body, but I have learned in the last few years that big boys, I ain't say nothing about fat. I'm talking about the dudes that got a little bit of extra around the waist and the big old arms. They winning over here. In little girl land, they winning. I ain't taking it back.
I said fat. I can't do fat. I didn't. I had a few big boys. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't got nothing against y'all.
Mm.
Cause
Mm.
exactly. Like me, I don't have a type. Let me say this. I don't have a type to
Mm.
say, I definitely, he definitely has to be this and this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have preferences.
Yeah.
And I'm just not attracted to what I'm not attracted to. I put it like
There you
that. I'm not
go.
attracted to what I'm not attracted
Exactly.
to.
Yeah.
If I can't imagine it, and you talking, saying, "Oh, I want to do this to you," and blah blah blah, and you know, mental is not just intellectual. It's mental is that
Uh,
too. I need to be able to visually, you know, and if you talking like that, and
mm, mm, mm,
I don't want you to do that to
mm,
me.
mm,
No,
mm.
no, uh-uh. Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Soul Sunday Reloaded with Ruby and Allison. And this episode we are calling Truth Tuesday because we're just being open and honest. Hey, Rudy. And, letting y'all up in our business a little
Yep.
bit. So, you know, like I said before, do not judge Soul Sunday off of this one Facebook
Please don't.
Live because we do not do this all the time.
We
We just
don't.
decided to have a little fun.
Mm-hmm.
This particular episode, we
Yep.
fun. If you feel like some of the stuff we talking about is a bit risque, you might not want to watch. Definitely don't let the kids watch it because this next question they do not need to hear. So if you in public, I need you to get your headphones, if you somewhere you're not supposed to be, that you shouldn't really be watching this and you at work, you might not want to watch this right now because this next question, Allison, I'm
Oh
warning you.
Lord. I just got my real face back. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Do you do you spit or swallow when performing oral sex? It, yeah, that's the question. Now, look, I told y'all this was gonna be a little bit here and there, everywhere, all up and through
Mhm.
there,
Mhm.
and we're gonna be as open and honest as we possibly can, but we still have the right to have some transparency. I know y'all might have to prepare yourselves for that question because you probably wasn't anticipating that question at all, which is cool.
Hmm.
Oh. Brian says, WTH, I'm too young for this. Shake my head. You queens are out of control. Natasha says, I
Oh my
gargle.
God.
But you married. You girl, look, you probably got all the tricks up your sleeve.
Okay.
You got all the tricks up your sleeve.
Oh boy.
Um, okay. I'm a Scorpio.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
um, I can do this. Actually, I spit. I spit. But I have done the other before. I will put it like that. I've only done it with one person. Him know him, him know who him is. Him know who him is, and it was some years ago. So, but he fine though. He fine though. My Jesus.
Oh my
Woo!
God.
He was fine back then, and he's still fine to this day.
Hmm.
Hey, I mean, you try stuff like Kima said. You know, back them 10,
Hey.
15 years ago. But yes, it has been that long. I haven't done it recently. No, because ain't nobody been fine enough.
Oh.
Wait a minute,
Um.
hold on. Just
Yeah, I'm going. I'm a, this is my line. I can't do it. I ain't answering. Mm-mm. I can't do it. There's certain things that I just want to keep for me. For me, I can't. I can't. I already got people looking at my lips and
Allison.
all that. No, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I got folk looking at my lips just when I talk. If I answer that question, I'm gonna have more nonsense in my inbox. I can't do it. No.
Shawnee, boo, I feel you. Trust me. When I get that king, it's gonna be a different story. You know, it's gonna be a different story. Hey, but
I will answer like
you
this.
know, you gotta watch out for their diets. See what they, but you gotta be well aware of what they eating,
All that.
the type of energy they carrying, and all that
Yes.
stuff. So you know,
I will say
trust. That's
yes.
why. That's why it's only happened with one person.
I will say this.
She going for it, y'all.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. There is in my current Rolodex, which is really small. In my current Rolodex, there is one person that I would try anything with, except anal. One.
Yeah,
One.
yeah, yeah, yes.
So if somebody can top that particular person, we get married and or decide to have a lifelong commitment with no paper, it could happen. It is. I am most definitely open, but again, I'm picky. I'm really, really, really,
Of
really picky.
course.
Really picky.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I was picky and I'm still picky.
Okay.
I might have to text them and be like, hey, boo, what you doing? We not in the same state. We not in the same state. Wait a minute. Let me stop giving out clues for somebody to be out there. Hey. Hmm.
She ain't talking
Don't
about
think
it
too
with
hard.
me. Nah,
Don't be thinking too hard. Please
you know,
don't.
won't
Don't be
you?
thinking too hard. Can I? Why all these questions seem like they about
Oh
sex?
God.
I thought I did a good mix.
Oh God.
Um.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We'll go with this question. We'll go with
All
this one.
right.
Um. What's more important, great sex or a great connection? A great connection. A great connection. Always a great connection. Because a great connection leads to great sex. A great connection.
What Ruby said, I got nothing to add.
So again, y'all, this particular episode, me and Allison just having
Mhm.
fun. First, let me go ahead and say this: don't be in our inbox talking about some. Well, I thought y'all was this, and I thought y'all was that. We women, and we human,
For
and we unapologetically ourselves, and we're comfortable with who we are. If you not comfortable with who we are, then they ain't got nothing to do with
at
us.
all. At all.
So you know, just start watching. Just start watching. Catch us on Sunday when we talking about some real stuff, like we always have done since
Okay.
November of last
Right.
year. Let us have a little bit of fun, man. Let us have a little bit of fun
Yeah, we've
here.
been
Okay?
10 months. We
Don't act
like
like some of y'all ain't been in our inbox asking us some of these same questions.
when right before we blocked you.
You know, it's cool. Live a little.
Oh my
We
goodness.
living right now. We having fun. Next question. How would the closest people in your life describe you? They gonna call me mean. I am the mean one. Go figure, huh? I'm the mean one. But nah, I own it for real. I'm a Scorpio. Y'all know y'all done seen the Scorpio memes. I'm either I'm nasty, I'm mean. And what was the meme I posted the other day talking about the little meme said, where does it hurt? The first person said here, the first person said here, then the next little picture was all over because I'm a Scorpio. Come on now. But in my family I would be the mean one. I own up to that. I plead everything. That is me. Trust me. Now I ain't bipolar. Never that. But I no, I'm not even gonna say she's. I own up to it. I sure do. I sure do. Brian says he antisocial. His family says he's antisocial and he keeps to himself. Oh, Shawnee, you were saying people say you're bipolar. Oh, I'm my bad. My bad. I forgot for a split second that other people were chiming in with their answers on this particular video. But yes, I'm the main one. Allison.
uh Depending on who you ask, you're gonna get one or two answers. You're either gonna hear that I'm stubborn as hell, or you
Mm-hmm.
are going to be told that I'm a true Aries. I am an Aries. I own up to it. I'm an Aries through and through. And I'm straight Aries, March 25th. I'm not even on the cusp of nothing else. I'm 100% Aries and I own up to it.
All right. So we gonna do these last four
All
cards.
right, let's do it.
All right. So we'll go with this one. If your spouse or partner wanted you to quit your job and manage the home, would you? Well, I work from home full time, so Sure. Sure. I do that. Allison?
um, I am also working from home, but if I'll go back. If I was working a 9 to 5 and my partner asked me to stay home and manage the home, I would have some stipulations and conditions, but I would do
Mm-hmm.
it. I would do it. I like taking care of
Okay.
my men, not in the mama versus son type thing. I sincerely do like taking care of my men. I like having the dinner waiting and having lunch ready. I got a little bit of June Cleaver and a little bit of Sister Soldier in me at the same time. I really do like all that. I will. I'll hook you up in the morning. I'll get my fro ready. I'll make you breakfast. You'll have lunch to come. I can do all of it. I really do enjoy that. So yeah, if I had more time to do it, I would.
Okay then. Tate said, "Hex yeah." Rudy says, "You goddesses are beautiful souls. I gotta go back to work, but he's loving the fun
Thank
side.
you.
Thank you, we appreciate it." Shani says she works from home. Brian says if they can handle the financial load, I would probably do it.
Hmm.
Good answers, good answers. So,
Yeah,
Allison, two of these questions got to do with sex,
I'm ready. I can.
and one has to do with life in
Let's
general.
just get. Me and my red face will be fine. I'm ready.
Okay. What do you do when your partner's libido no longer matches yours?
Mm,
Well, we gonna find something to do. We gonna find some new stuff to do, or we gonna talk about it, or I have no problem with adjusting to his for the time being, because it ain't necessarily that he's no longer attracted to me or anything. It could be some stress. It could be some other things going
mm,
on, and I am, when I find my king, when I do have him, it's just like I can understand that.
yeah.
And I'm not, I don't want you to come home and then I gotta hassle you about having sex and all this other kind of stuff. No, I'm good. Let me just look at you. I can take care of myself if need be. You know,
Mhm.
it's just like you got to do what I got to do but it's something we can work through. I'll put it like that. It's something that we can definitely work through
Mhm.
because if we connecting on a mental level, if we connect in so many different ways, it's so many different ways to find or seek pleasure as opposed to just actually doing the do.
Mhm.
So, we got some options. We got some stuff we can do. He got some stuff that he can do to me. He might not feel like it, but that don't necessarily mean he don't want to please me.
Okay.
And I come on back. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, that's my answer.
All right, so here's my answer, and keep in mind I have already acknowledged that I'm an Aries, and I'm aware of the fact that I'm a fire sign. Okay, so having said that, um, barring any medical issues that prevent it from getting up, I'm getting it up by any means necessary, and I'm not opposed to taking it. I'm gonna take it. However, it's
she
gonna happen. I've never had this situation. Usually, I'm the one with the higher libido, so I'm just gonna take it unless a doctor can prove to me that it can't wake up. I'm taking it. I'll make sure you enjoy it too, but I'm gonna get it.
she gonna be
I'm
nice about it
really,
though.
really nice about it, but it's gonna happen. I'm sitting, I'm bending, something, whatever. Okay.
Shani says asking for suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely. This is definitely an opportunity for effective
Mm-hmm.
communication to see what's going on, see what the cause is, as opposed to just, y'all know sometimes when we get into these little spats, Women want to throw out these little smart comments like y'all ain't been sleeping together all this time. Don't be calling it little now. Don't be saying he can't do this now. Don't be saying he can't do that. At that particular point, you being petty and you being childish.
And hateful.
Now is not the time for that. Y'all need
Mm,
to sit down. We need to sit down and talk about some
that's
stuff.
right.
First of all, I don't even throw around them types of I don't throw that around.
Especially if he already made you scream
Cause
before. If you scream before, shut up.
exactly.
Hush.
Exactly. Don't be trying to make him feel less than what he already feeling. As a matter of fact, it might be your fault. He
Okay.
can't do what he got to do because he's tired of hearing your mouth. But that's the,
Oh,
the
okay. Okay.
yes. This is Soul Sunday Reloaded with Ruby and Allison, and we just having a ton of
Yes, we
fun,
are.
being open, being as transparent as we choose to be, and we're just answering questions. Y'all can chime in with y'all answers too. We appreciate it. How has your life turned out differently than you thought it would?
Mm.
Um, you know what? When I was younger, I thought I would be married by now. I thought I would be in a completely different place than what I am now. I graduated from college with a degree in accounting and economics, and I just knew I was gonna have my own accounting firm. And uh, I don't know. I ain't got no accounting firm. I ain't got no man. But I will say this, even though, I thought it was going to be one way, I am at peace. I am happy with my life right now. I am grateful. I am
Hmm.
thankful. And hey, I'm glad the way life is right now. I ain't got no complaints. Other than I ain't got no ice cream right now, but I can go get some.
I love
That's it
that.
for me.
All right, so those who
Allison.
those who are coming from my page who have probably heard this on one of my Facebook lives a while ago, this won't be news to you. So the way that my life has turned out differently is all I actually wanted. I'm from a little town in North Carolina. I wanted to live somewhere near that hometown. I wanted to become a music teacher. I wanted to sing in church. I wanted to live on an acre of land in a house or a modular home with a man who wore a uniform to go to work and die. Children were optional, whatever. That's literally all I
Mm-hmm.
wanted for my life. And uh, I am currently not even in North Carolina. I'm in Texas. I am not studying music. I sing to myself a lot, but I do not have a music degree. Um, I'm no longer religious, so I'm not singing in anybody's church.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing I'm doing way more. I would say I'm doing way more than I wanted, but I'm doing way more than I thought I could do. And so I think that's the part
Mm-hmm.
that I'm really grateful for. The fact that the Most High did not give me the life I wanted, because I never would have known exactly how much I was capable of, and I'm still seeing that I'm even more
Right.
capable of what I'm doing now. I'm still growing, so I'm grateful for that.
Well, thank you, sweetie, for your answer. And thank you all for tuning into Soul Sunday Reloaded with Ruby and Allison. And we are just having a fun episode answering questions from this particular deck of cards. It's called Sip and Share, a fun way to be nosy.
Hmm.
I purchased these cards at an event, and it's pretty much just a deck of cards with different questions on there. And when you're at a party or something like that, you just ask a question and go around the room, and everybody answers. And if you are interested in purchasing your own deck, you can go to www.iamsuccessfullymE.com. These are not my cards. I was speaking at an event last year, and she was one of the vendors that were at one of the events for the bigger event, and I bought the deck of cards. So if you all want to buy the deck of cards, like I said, you can go to iamsuccessfullymE.com. Um, Now, this is the last card, the last question. Hopefully, you all have enjoyed
Yes.
this particular episode and us being as transparent as we wish to be.
Yes.
If you just now tune in, you might want to go back and watch it from the beginning. It has been quite interesting. We may have to do this
Yes.
again, maybe another 6 months down the line. We still have all these cards to
Oh my
go.
goodness. Wow.
Yes, it's like I said, it's a whole deck of
Wow.
cards. But the last question.
Oh Lord, it's a sex question. I just realized that. You said there were two of them. Oh boy. Okay.
You ever faked an orgasm? If so, when was the last time? Have you ever faked an orgasm? And if so, when was the last time? That is our last
Oh
question.
Lord.
And I'll go ahead and answer that. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. But it's been a long time since I have done that. Actually, when I first started, when I was younger, as women, we don't quite know what it's like before we get to that point where we realize it's more emotional and mental for us in order to get to that point. Before I figured this out for myself, I was because I didn't know exactly what it was supposed to feel like or what it was supposed to be like. But of course, as I got older and I became more experienced and I became more familiar with myself in a number of different ways, then I was I got to the point where I was just like, "Oh. Oh. Hmm. Now I got it." Yeah, I eventually got to that point. And you know what? This has probably been a little bit too much TMI, but I will say I did meet this one particular guy, and I learned a lot. I'm gonna say that I learned quite a bit. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about in general. Yeah, shout out to you. Him know who him is because I told him who him is. Oh Lord, jeez, hold on. Let me.
Oh, there you go. Really? Yikes.
I mean, it's the same person from the other question from
Oh,
before. It's the
okay.
same
Well, where is
person,
he? Go find him.
girl. It's
Never mind. Okay, another topic for another day. Let me stop.
we still cool. We still cool. I'm gonna say that we not in the same place, and we still cool. We still cool. We still
I'm
talk.
really happy to hear that. Really happy.
Allison, before you answer, we have a few. We have a few.
Okay, cool.
Um. Shani says yes, but it's been
Okay.
years. Pima says, the yes daddy yelling, but I wanted to say no daddy.
I can't. I can't with you, Kima. Oh my god. Oh.
They when they say why is that every guy's question like whose is this? Who's your dad? It's like why are you quizzing me at this time? I'm trying to mentally, emotionally,
Oh
and
my god.
spiritually and energetically focus on what's going on, and you asking me all these questions. Give me a minute.
Okay. So
Alice.
my answer is no. And the reason is because I can't explain why or how. But even at a young age, I sex always felt like more of a connection and a bond than just a physical act to me. And I know that with the connection,
Mm-hmm.
it involved trust and all that other stuff. And I wasn't able to let whoever it was that I was with walk away feeling like something had happened that didn't. It made me feel dishonest. So I felt
Mm-hmm.
that the best thing to do was just if I didn't, then I didn't. So you just knew I didn't, but when I did, you knew it was true. So I don't know. That was just me. I know that sounds really weird, but that was just me. I was just never able to do it. Now, having said that, I there was one. There was one. There was one. Yeah. There was one. Yeah, I learned that I could have orgasms in different positions with this one. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you feel me
I do.
on?
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I learned that I didn't have to be in the same position to have an orgasm. I could have them in several different positions. And yeah, yeah. But no, 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 I've never faked. Never
Fate.
faked.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, yeah. That was the last question,
All
right?
right.
Okay.
And so with that being said, we appreciate you all for tuning in to Soul Sunday Reloaded
You.
with Ruby and Allison. It was quite a heated topic.
Yeah, it was.
But with this particular episode, it was much different from every other Soul Sunday episode we've had. If you happen to be catching this at the end, trust me, you want to go back and watch it. If you would like to be entertained, go back and watch it.
Yes.
It definitely gave you a look at me and Allison from not in a different way, but just more of us being transparent
Mm.
and you all getting a view of how wonderful we actually are. Because I know we be talking about a lot of stuff and we have talked about a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Whew. Okay, I've cooled down now.
God.
Thanks. But um, you know what? Catch us this coming Sunday for the next episode of Soul Sunday. It will not be like this one. I can tell you that now. It will not be like this one. We can't do that 2 episodes in a row. Not at all. But I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week. You just have to tune
Yeah.
in. But it will be back to our regularly scheduled programming. We gonna be back on the serious tip. It's we gonna talk about some important things. We just just being cool this episode. Like I've been saying, do not judge Soul Sunday off of this one Facebook live. Don't do that because this is not
this,
what we do all the time.
this ain't normal.
We can't give y'all that much of our business. No. But if this your first time watching, just go back and watch some of the old episodes so you can get a true representation of right. Like Kima said, do not judge her.
No
Do
judgment
not
here,
judge
girl. No
Kima.
judgment
She was
here.
having fun.
Yes.
But I don't want to take up too much of y'all time because I know y'all ready to go back and watch them because y'all like, what's she talking about? What's she talking about? I missed it. Go back and
Go
watch
back.
it. And we're not gonna do our regular exit or anything like that. We just having fun, just whatever. Yeah, back to Black Panther. Yes. But we thank you for tuning in. We see y'all Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time when we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'm a little flustered, that's why. But we will see y'all on Sunday. Thursday. Catch me with myself and James on Soul to Soul as we discuss. I don't even know what we discussing there. Me and James, we just kind of candid with it. So, but you do get your that input of masculine energy. It ain't just women all the time. So be sure to catch us Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we will see y'all later. Allison, oh, she gonna be live, and oh yeah, she is gonna be answering y'all questions. So if y'all want to get all up in her business some more,
Ooh, I
y'all
can't
can
believe
go
I
on
set
her
myself
Facebook
up.
Live.
I did it again. Yeah, I'm doing this to myself again at 9:30, y'all. 9:30 Central, 10:30 East. I don't know what I was thinking, but if you're trying to watch me blush again, tune in.
Yeah, she wasn't ready for
I
this live.
oh.
She was ready, but she wasn't ready
Not ready.
ready. But sis, I thank you for your input. I really
It was
appreciate it.
fun.
You know,
It was fun.
I'm glad you ain't have me out here putting myself out there by myself because you know my mama, my friend on my
Thought
Facebook
about that. I
page.
was like, man, answer the questions, answer all of them because she doing it. Stop it. I did it for you, girl.
But we will right. We will see you all next time. So we'll see y'all on Sunday. Bye bye.